Okay, so let's get right into it. What if I told you that one of the absolute best tools for improving your digestion isn't something you can buy, but something you're already doing about 20,000 times a day? Yeah, we're talking about breathing. And honestly, especially for busy professionals, learning how to do it right can be a total game changer for your gut health.
You know this feeling, right? You wrap up a really tough meeting, or you glance at your inbox and bam, suddenly your stomach is just tied in knots. It's that instant, physical reaction to all that mental pressure. I promise, you are not imagining it, and you are definitely not the only one.
And really, all of these things, the bloating after a super rushed lunch, that wave of nausea before a big presentation, or just that constant nagging tightness in your stomach, they're basically your body's alarm bells. They're all signs that your nervous system is in overdrive. And unfortunately, your digestive system is the one paying the price. So, our first instinct is usually to reach for an antacid, or maybe a special tea, right? But the real fix, the more fundamental solution, well, it's something else. And the most incredible part is that it's completely free, it's always with you, and it's something you already own. It's your breath. Now, this isn't just some feel-good wellness trend. There is some really fascinating science at play here. So let's dig into how a simple breath can literally change the entire environment in your gut. It all boils down to activating a state called rest and digest. So the star of the show here is something called the vagus nerve. The best way to think about it is like a huge information superhighway running directly from your brain down into your gut. Now, when you're stressed out, that highway is totally jammed with fight or flight traffic. But, and this is the cool part, when you breathe slowly and deeply, you're essentially clearing all that traffic and opening the road for a much calmer signal. And this is how simple it is. It's a chain reaction. First, you just consciously decide to take a slow, deep breath. That simple physical act stimulates the vagus nerve. And that stimulation, well, that's the trigger. That's what flips the switch on your nervous system, pulling you out of that frantic stress mode and dropping you into this calm rest and digest state. So what is rest and digest mode actually doing? It's not just a feeling, it's a major physiological shift. Your body starts to lower stress hormones like cortisol. It redirects blood flow away from your limbs and back to your digestive organs where it's needed. It tells your stomach, hey, it's safe to produce the acids and enzymes we need. It's basically giving your gut the green light to finally do its job properly. All right, so now we get the why. So let's get to the fun part, the how. We're going to break down 3 really simple but powerful breathing techniques you can use pretty much anytime, anywhere. Think of this as your new personal toolkit for getting some gut relief. First up is the absolute foundation of all of this. It's called diaphragmatic breathing, but you probably know it as belly breathing. If you're going to master just one of these, make it this one. Okay, so here's how you do it. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. This just helps you feel what's happening. Now, inhale slowly through your nose for about a 4 count and really focus on letting your belly expand outwards. But here's the real key, the exhale. Make it longer, like 6 to 8 seconds all through the nose, and feel your belly gently fall back in. That long, slow exhale is what really gets the vagus nerve's attention. And what this does is it increases something called your vagal tone, which basically just means it strengthens that mind-gut connection. Seriously, practicing this for just 2 minutes before you eat is one of the best things you can do to calm your system and get your body ready to actually digest and absorb the food you're about to eat. Tool number 2 is designed specifically for that busy workday. We're calling it the 60-second reset. Why? Because it's fast, you can do it at your desk without anyone noticing, and it is unbelievably effective when you're short on time. Here's all you have to do. A calm, quiet inhale through your nose for 3 seconds. Then, a slow, quiet exhale through your nose for 5 seconds. That's it. You just repeat that simple little cycle about 8 to 10 times, and the whole thing is done in about a minute. And that's exactly why it's perfect for work. You can do it between back-to-back meetings, right before you grab lunch. It's designed to just quickly dial down that immediate, in-the-moment stress and get your body ready for food, instead of trying to digest while you're on high alert. Okay, our third tool is a little different, so I'll admit, but it is a powerhouse. It's called Pranayama, or bee breath. And yeah, that's because of the humming sound you make. It is an incredibly strong vagal stimulator. So for this one, you just take a normal, calm breath in through your nose, keep your lips just lightly touching, and then, as you exhale slowly, you create this low, steady humming sound from your throat. It might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, the vibration you create is so calming. That humming, that vibration, is what makes this technique so potent. It provides a really direct and strong stimulation right to the vagus nerve. This makes it fantastic for those moments when you feel extra anxious or your stomach is really in knots and you just need some immediate, powerful relief. Okay, you now have 3 amazing tools in your toolkit. But a toolkit doesn't do you any good if you don't actually open it up and use it, right? So this next part is crucial. We're going to move from just knowing this stuff to actually doing it by building a super practical plan to fit this into a hectic day. Here's what a day could look like. It's simple, I promise. At 9 a.m., just before that first big meeting, you do the 60-second reset. Boom, calms the nerves. At noon, before you even look at your lunch, take 2 minutes for belly breathing to prime your digestion. Then comes the 3 p.m. slump, that stress peak we all feel. That's your cue for 2 minutes of bee breath to just reset everything. And finally, around 6 p.m., as you're winding down, 3 minutes of belly breathing helps your body shift into repair mode for the night. So we've covered the why, the what, and the how. Now it all comes down to taking action. So let's just focus on one simple, powerful thing you can do the second you're done with this explainer. That's it! 60 seconds. That's all this takes. It's such a tiny investment in your well-being, but I promise you it can pay off in huge ways in how you feel almost immediately. So here it is. Here's the challenge. The very next time you are about to eat anything, lunch, dinner, even a snack, just stop. Before you take a single bite, do the 60-second reset. Just 1 minute of inhaling for 3 seconds and exhaling for 5. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. Don't just take my word for it. Try this little experiment and then pay attention. What do you notice? How does your meal feel? How do you feel afterwards? That simple act of noticing might just be the beginning of a whole new relationship with your food, your stress, and your health.